Welcome to the 2020 pre-conference financial presentation. My name is Lisa Wink, and I'm on staff at Sun Prairie United Methodist Church, and I also serve as chair on the Council of Finance and Administration for the Wisconsin Conference. Our committee is made up of 8 voting members, equal number of clergy and lay, representing districts around the state, along with non-voting staff members. In this presentation, we would like to provide information on the financial results of 2019, year-to-date 2020, and review our proposed 2021 budget. The summarized and detailed version of the budget are included in your 2020 conference packet material on pages 29 through 41. I'd like to introduce our conference treasurer, Sarah Snyder, to review this information.
Thank you, Lisa. I have thoroughly enjoyed my first year being your conference treasurer. It's been challenging, but full of opportunities. And I would like to say thank you to all of you for your emails and your phone calls and your commitment in your committee meetings as well. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to be in ministry with you. Let's get started looking at the 2019 financial results for the conference. For the budget of apportionments, we had budgeted gross apportionments of $8,272,972, with a net apportionment of 82% coming in at $6,783,000. The actual results were that $6,260,830, or 75.7% of gross apportionments came in. This was $523,000 under our expected earnings. In addition to the apportionment income that came from the churches, we also received approximately $907,000 in giving to the Special Sundays, to global ministries, and to other outreach programs. This is our actual results compared to budget by the 5 major categories. You can see that local congregational development came in right at their budgeted amount. Global Connectional Ministries is the amount that we pay to GCFA for our general conference apportionments. In previous years, the conference always paid 100%. At the 2019 annual conference, it was voted upon to pay out in an amount equal to what came in from apportionments. So you will see this last year we paid at 82%, and that was the biggest decrease in the budget to compensate for the decreased apportionments that came in from churches. Clergy and lay leadership were under budget. You can see that Connectional Ministries was also under budget due to staffing changes that happened after the budget was approved. And then Conference Support Ministries increased because we did move some things from salaried positions in Connectional Ministries to other support. You will see there that we had budgeted for $200,000 to go into cash reserves in 2019. Because of adjustments in the budget in response to the apportionments being lower, we were actually able to put $462,685 toward cash reserves. I would like to point out and thank the Wisconsin United Methodist Foundation for their work with the conference, and also to those who have donated to the foundation in the past. We receive a significant amount of earnings from the foundation, which help to offset our annual budget. In summary, these are our 2019 financial results, and our audit is pending. Apportionment receipts came in at $6.2 million. The expenses were at $5.8, which left the amount of cash reserves of $462,685. Adding to what was there before, we now have cash reserves of $905,000, and this does meet the 10% of our operating budget goal. How are we doing in 2020? COVID has certainly affected our operations, and some of them in a positive way. Our expenses for travel are significantly down because almost all meetings are being held via Zoom. We also are spending a lot less in postage and printing because most information is now being posted to the website or is being sent via email. Our apportionments year to date have come in at 49.14% as of the end of September, compared to 48% at the same time last year. So thank you very much to all of our churches who are continuing to pay in their apportionments. We are seeing cost savings from the personnel changes that were made in 2018 and 2019. We applied for and received a payroll protection program loan in the amount of $521,866. We will be applying for the forgiveness, and so until that becomes confirmed, it's sitting as a liability in our books. We also helped 79 churches receive PPP loans and had a training program about it. We have opened up our church website so that members could donate online to their local church, and we have received over $100,000 in donations this way that have been returned to the local churches. Now, to talk about the 2021 budget process. We spent most of the last year getting our financial statements up to date so that I could fully understand where we were. The finalized 2019 and year-to-date 2020 reports were sent out to committee chairs just in September so that they could review the year-to-date information. The connectional table met and discussed the preliminary budget. We talked through the differences and the results, and then each committee could provide their own budget and make any changes from that preliminary budget. Each of the committee budgets were approved and included in our budget as they had requested. We then took it to the cabinet to discuss the budget. There are many pieces in the cabinet budget that are set by conference policy, and so those were calculated as they stayed in there, and the cabinet budget was approved as they had submitted. We then took it to the Council on Finance and Administration, who reviewed what happened at the connectional table and the cabinet, and then took a look at how to make it balance, and we did make some adjustments. We have added in the $50,000 that was requested by the Bishop's Task Force and approved by the connectional table to deal with racial justice. The CFA has now presented this budget to be approved at the October annual conference. What we are requesting is a budget of $6.3 million. It is about the same as last year with the changes that were requested by the committees. The decrease is approximately 1%. Our conference made significant drops from 2019 to 2020 of about $400,000, or a 6% drop in expenses. Here are some notes on how it is allocated among the 5 budget areas, and these percentage allocations are very consistent with the prior 2 years. You'll see that each committee did get to select their own budget, and that was included as requested, as was the cabinet request. What we wanted to do then with apportionments was to keep them the same as they have been in prior years. Knowing what's going on right now, we wanted to try to make it as consistent as we could. So we can estimate that the amount that will be going out to the local churches may go up or down a little bit as according to our calculations, but our overall percentage should be approximately the same. Currently, 2020 apportionments are coming in right at budget, and our total 2021 proposed apportionments is $6.3 million with a 79% collection estimate. I wanted to point out our members of the Council on Finance and Administration and thank them for their help during this past year. In 2020, we started meeting on a monthly basis as compared to every other month or quarterly, and I thank them for their help and especially helping me get through the learning curve of my first year at the conference. We do have a lot of resources that we try to keep up to date on the conference website. You can go under Ministries and then Finance and Administration. There are many videos and handouts, information on local church finances, and the conference budget materials. We also post monthly the apportionment income. If you have any other training that you would like to have, please let me know. If you have any questions after reviewing your budget materials that are on page 29 through 41 of your conference materials, please feel free to send an email to ssnyder@wisconsinumc.org. Thank you very much.